Because the border is going to be a glass mosaic tile, and it's actually a paper-faced glass mosaic tile, it is much thinner than the field tile. So to get the glass tile to be, the border to be on the same plane as the field tile, I have to build it out. So what I'm doing here is I just cut strips of ditra. You can use any material that will bring you out to the correct thickness so that the tile is flush. Ditra just in this case happens to be exactly what I need, so that's what I'm using. And I'm putting it on backwards. You can put it on the right way around if you want, but the best way to handle it is to install the ditra, let it fill everything, the waffles and everything, and then just let it set. This is the thickness of this tile here. I have this piece of tile cut so that when I that's cut so that's exactly the width of the glass tile. So that way I can actually pull this tile along the ditra and push it in and just make sure everything is exactly at the depths it needs to be, so that when I put the glass tile on, it'll be flush. Or sometimes you can make it just slightly proud of the field tile. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making sure everything is at the correct depth for the glass tile. Now I am going to install this little corner shelf, and the way I'm going to do that is the tiles are notched out so that when I put the shelf in, they're going to be flush with the top of those tiles. So I'm just going to put a little thin set where the shelf meets the wall, and just put it into place. And then I am going to just put a little wedge in in the corner, just so that when so that'll be tilted in towards the shower, so any water that gets on there will roll off and into the shower and not back towards the corner. So water runs off. Okay, so this board is going on here is paper faced glass tile, which you can see right through. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see right through that. And you have to use the high polymer content set. This is what I'm using. Small flex. This is how you do it. Because this glass tile is transparent, you need to get 100% coverage behind the tile so you don't see any discoloration or shading behind the tile, and the color of the glass tile will be uniform. So first thing you do is you have to get the tile on the wall. Now here I'm using a V-notch trowel, not a degree notch. And you don't want to use too large a trowel that it's going to squeeze through the grout joints, but you don't want to use a trowel so small that there's not going to be enough thin set behind the tile. So the first thing you do is spread the thin set around the area with the lines all going in one direction. Once you've got that done, the next step is to knock down all the ridges or lines of the teeth mark. And you're not taking any thin set off the wall, you're just flattening the thin set and leaving an even coat on the wall. So that's the next step. Once you've done that, the next step is to place the tile into the thin set, and it's probably going to slide. Most of the times it does. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does. So I'm just going to get all these sheets on, and then I'm going to beat them in with a beater block. Once you have all the tile in, this is just a little piece of 2x4 that I have, and I am beating the tile in. I'm not really whacking the 2x4, I'm just tapping it, and what this does is it smooths all the tiles underneath out. It flattens the tiles at the seams, and embeds the tile into the thin set so that you get 100% coverage. If you just try and do it with so here I'm checking to make sure that I got coverage, and I see that I do, so I'll put it back into place. And a lot of times these tiles won't stay in place because they'll start sliding down. So what I do is I poke some little brads through the paper, and like I just did there, and just tap them in into the wall a little bit. So basically what you're doing is you're hanging the sheets of mosaic tile. Once those brads are in, they're not going to slide down. And then just, after when the tile has set a little bit, you can pull it out. While that glass tile is setting up, you have to let it set for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. It varies. We're going to go back and wet the paper on the face of the glass tile, and but in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to set up, I'm going to install some tile around these jambs here. And so I'm just back battering these because they're small pieces. And then what I do is, to hold everything in place, I get a piece of, once I get it in place, obviously, I get a piece of tape. Painted tape will work. Or I use some aluminum tape because it sticks a little better and it's a little stronger, and wrap it around, and what that does is it holds everything in place so that it doesn't move. And I'll get this side here. That side's done. I just gotta do the inside of the cubby. So back to the paper face glass tile. So what I'm doing here is I am wetting the paper and pulling out the nails from the just pulling out the brads because we don't need them anymore. And I'm going to wet the paper and let it soak through so it'll soften the glue that's holding it on, and then I am going to peel the paper off. So once the glue is softened, then you can start peeling the paper off. And you want to be very gentle and try and always pull on an angle. Sometimes it's hard because it's just a narrow strip, but you want to try and pull the paper off on an angle.